Okay, there we go. Yeah, he was supposed to show up, and he never did. And so I made a antenna launcher out of I cut a fishing pole, an old fishing pole I had, and I basically cut it right above the handle, and electrical tape that, so it holds the reel onto the part that holds the reel on the fishing pole just above the handle, and I duct taped it or electrical taped it to a slingshot, and it worked after about 30 tries. I got it up about 50 feet or so. My last antenna was only up about 30, 35 feet. Got it up about 50 feet and pulled the pulley up, and then was able to pull the antenna up with the pulley. And then the one leg of the antenna is up about 20 feet, secured to another tree, and then the other leg is up about 10 feet. I'm using a pole that I, put in the ground, 10-foot piece of pipe that I buried and then secured to that. So the one leg's about 10 foot, I guess, 10 or 12 feet off the ground. So, so far so good. The receiver is much better, I can already tell. And I'm just judging by the web SDR. I was never really given a signal like this quite that strong up on QAXs or Mike's K3FES web SDR, especially at this time of the night. So. And on 20 meters, it works great. 40 meters, it works great. And these are the three bands I mainly operate. So far, so good, man. And yeah, you're sounding great. You always got a big signal down this way. So, yep, that's the antenna project in a nutshell. W3MMR.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's doing the trick up here. And hey, you say it's stupid, but you know the old saying. If it's stupid and it works, well, it's not really that stupid now, is it? But yeah, you're lucky though. You got a tree at least. You got big ass tree sitting there to put up an antenna. I got nothing but room around my place, which is, that's fantastic. But I have nothing tall. The tallest thing is the one grain bin right next to the shack, and I got it's like I'd say it's probably like a 28-foot tower, almost a 30-foot tower strapped to the side of it to hold up the center support, and that goes out into my field, and there's an old goat house out there that holds up the other end, and that's just a plumbing pipe strapped to that, and I don't know. One of these days I got a whole pile of tower sitting right next to the shack that I got to get off of my butt, pour a concrete pad, put the thing in, and actually get a dipole up a little bit higher, because unfortunately, unlike you, I don't have trees, so everything I do has to be done, with towers or pipes or poles or something gigantic to support it. And probably I got all the parts. I picked them up at the Sussex Hamfest to build like a double balance tuner, kind of like BTK has, and get off of my butt and build that and run ladder line out there, and yeah, it's too dang hot to do that. It sounds a lot more like a winter, fall time project when it's not so stinking hot out. But other than me rambling on about nothing, you sounded good up here, Perry. Making the trip, good signal, good audio. KD2AFV.
And KD2AFV, W3MMR. Yeah, I'm just on the Anon this evening, DX100s. Sitting over there, ice cold at the moment. I found a matching speaker for my NC303 receiver finally. It was so hard to find. I finally found one. Guy put an ad on QTH, and the guy answered me. The guy has a YouTube channel. I don't know if you've seen it. Does a bunch of boat anchor videos. D-Lab Electronics. His name's, I think his name's Troy. Anyway, he, or Terry, I don't know, one of the two. He saw the ad, and he had one, so I'm in the process of refinishing the cabinet and bought a new speaker for it because the speaker was no good. But I'm using an MFJ 989 we can move the tuner. It's working, fairly well. It tunes it flat on 20, 40, and 80. And I got the antenna from TrueLadderline.com. And they, it's $178 shipped, and with 150 feet of 600 ohm, ladder line, real ladder line, with plastic, real nice PVC spacers, 16 gauge insulated UV resistant wire, and it's all one piece. Each leg, each side of the dipole, the ladder line goes up to the apex point there, and to the spreader, and it's basically just two solid pieces of wire. There's no splicing at the top or anything, so it's really strong. And I didn't have the number one. I worked 6 days a week, so I didn't have the time to build one. I didn't feel like it, so I'd rather just pay the money and build one instead of having to drill out all them spacers. You know what I mean? It just would have been a pain in the neck. And they got some really good reviews, so it was worth the money to me to fork out the cash to do it. And it's working great. And like I said, got real good reviews. Strap. But the only thing, you got a lot of room, dude. And I'm on like a postage stamp. This thing literally stretches from one corner of my property to the other. I'm maxing out the room with this antenna. And it goes up over the house. The only problem I'm getting a little RF in the shack on 20 meters. It makes my LP500 go wacky when I'm tuning up at full power. When it's like, throwing basically a 1100 watt carrier. What happens is once I turn the drive up past like 700 watts on the watt meter, the watt meter starts going back down the opposite way instead of going up. And I know, I got two other meters though, on the tuner and watt meter on the tuner and on the amplifier on the AL80B there. It shows that I'm still putting out full power, but like I said, the LP500 is showing I'm doing like 100 watts. So put some ferrite on it's kind of like an Ethernet cord cable that goes to the coupler on the pickup for it. So try a piece of ferrite on that. Mix 61 core, and that'll probably take care of that issue. But besides that, man, it's been working great. And I was worried I was going to try to keep the ladder line away from the house and put these 4x4s in the ground. And my dad said, dude, just throw it up. If you know what I mean, run it across the roof, pull it across the tree branches. If you need to, if you're having problems, having any issues, don't worry about it. Just throw it across the roof, down over the gutter, and into the windows. See what happens. And that's what I did, and it works great. So I didn't have to go through all that trouble, and I'm so far so good with it, man. But anyway, I think we're about to go get something to bite to eat here. The Eagles pregame game's coming on here, so I'll probably turn that on and here in a bit and get back to finishing this cabinet here. Refinishing this cabinet, get it painted before I go to bed at 8 o'clock. I go to bed early, man, because I get up at 4, so... Anyway, Toby, good talking to you, man. It's been a while. I know I haven't been on much because I've been working so much, but it's nice to get back on, and now the better conditions in the fall, not so much heat, and so I'm not dead at night time, and I'll be getting back on a lot more, so. Turn it back up to you for one more, I'm gonna say 73. KD2AFV, W3MMR.
W2SVR.
There he is.
Oh, boy. W2SDR, how are you doing today? And, Perry, yeah, I hear you about that, getting up early, going to bed early. I'm usually up like 4:30, so... Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like 8:30 hits, and I'm just sitting there like, oh, man. It really stinks in the summertime, You look outside, and I'm dead tired, and the sun is still up. So it's like, what the heck is going on with me? I remember, 10 years ago, I'd stay up until like midnight, 1 in the morning, and I thought that was no big deal. But yeah, time is definitely catching up with me, and yeah, there are some things where you know, I'll do the whole, I could build it myself, or, you know, I could just pay to have it built. And the way I usually look at it, it's all time. Everything comes down to time. It's either I spend that time at work to make the money to buy it, or I, you know, take the time out of my day and build it myself. I mean, a lot of things I can build, and there's a lot more that I can't. And it's not for lack of wanting to do it. It's lack of time, you know. Working full time and then coming home and having to work the farm, that really wears down on you after a while. I don't know if you heard my phone going off, but that was my mother sending me a message that I got hay on Saturday. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But other than that, I'm probably not going to be too far away from hopping off frequency either. The wife is on her way home right now, and she's stopping by a barbecue place and bringing me home the 3-meat combo. So it's going to be ribs, pulled pork. What the heck else did I order?
A brand new heart.
The cornbread and the mac and cheese. So after I eat all that, I highly doubt I'm going to be on the air anymore. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to breathe.
Never.
Going into a meat coma. Not to mention, I haven't been on much with all the static and working late and just getting over a cold. And tell you what, getting old stinks. But yeah, I forget what I was going to say. W3MMR and what was that, Frank out there? That was Frank, right? W2SDR. This is KD2AFV.
KD2AFV. I'm going to cheat because I don't remember your name. W2SDR. Toby. How you doing, Toby? Sounding good, man. And don't forget, your wife's got to bring you a new heart to go along with all that food. Yeah, good to hear you. Perry, coming in good. I just finished dinner. And come down here to the shack, fire up here. Everybody's sounding good, real good signals, quiet conditions. If there's static, I really can't hear it. So, yeah, sounding good, man. So, Perry on his new antenna. Seems like it's working okay. And I'm glad is everything hanging in there with that new antenna. W3MMR in the group. I'm not sure if Toby's hanging in there or not. W2SDR in southern New Jersey, Salem County. Beautiful Salem County, 74 degrees.
Yeah, W2SDR. W3MMR. 77 degrees here in the city. Across the bridge on the dirty side, as we say. Yeah, everything's working good with it, man. I was just having some RF issues on 20. I was messing around on FT8. I noticed that if I go to try to type with the keyboard when I'm transmitting, it won't type. It just doesn't. Nothing comes up. And then it stops transmitting and I can type again. So 20 meters is giving me some issues. But you know, it's not bad. It's really not that bad. But anyway, yeah, everything's working good, man. You guys are coming in real good. 40 over. Both of you guys are. So if I sound half as good and have half as signal as you guys, I'm happy. But I can't complain. It's definitely much better. I mean, this antenna works much better on 20 than that G5RV did. I was having a really hard time getting to Asia on 20, and now I'm all over it. According to the PSK reporter, man, I'm all over China and Asiatic Russia and northern Russia and Mongolia. And I'm just anxious to get some VK conditions. I tried getting up this morning. I got up this morning, but whether I got up too late or not, but there was just no VKs this morning on 40 meters, on FT8 or on phones. So, and that's the general or the extra portion of the band. So, guess I'll try again tomorrow. But anyway, I'll turn it over to you, Toby, if you're still there. I'll stick around here for one more, then I'm going to go head in the other room, get a bite to eat, and watch the Eagles game. KD2AFV with W2SDR, W3MMR.
Oh, very good stuff. Frank, you got it right on. I probably will need another heart after all that. But, yeah, me and the wife, we're deciding to go on a diet because I know on my end I put on a little bit too much. And she thinks she did, but I don't think she did. But, you know, I'm not going to. She wants to do everything. She wants to cook all the food, you know. I'm not really going to complain with that. We normally split the cooking, you know. I'll cook one night, she'll cook the next night, but she's got a whole diet plan, and she knows I like to eat, so this is kind of our last big send-off for a little while. We're going to, you know, eat what we want to eat tonight. But I just got what I would call the 2-minute warning. She sent me the message that she's going to be home any minute now, and I'm going to have to run down to my house out of my ham shack and put the dogs in the front yard and put the real pain-in-the-butt dog inside his crate, and that way we can actually bring food inside the house without getting attacked. So, Perry and Frank, I'm going to have to say my 73s right now. And like I said, I am going to be eating quite a bit tonight, so there is a very good chance that I will not return until probably tomorrow, or I don't know how long I'm going to be doing hay on Saturday. So there's a chance I might be on there, and oh shoot, it's a 3-day weekend, isn't it? Labor Day's Monday, so I might have to do that. But great talking with you guys out there. Good signals, great audio, and this is KD2AFV saying 7-3s to Perry and Frank.
Hey, Perry, congratulations on getting a signal, man. I'm copying you on an indoor receiver in my basement, W2JBL.
Hey, yeah, what's up, Chris? Yeah, I put up a new antenna. 125-foot, 600-ohm ladder line fed doublet. It's up about 25 feet higher than my old antenna. Yeah, good evening. Man, you got big signal, too. Hey, I'm glad it's working. It's definitely working on your guys', and everybody's bombing in this way, so. Good evening, Chris.
Yeah, I'm just doing a drive-by. I know you're on your way out, and I'm busy here. I'm expecting company. I got a guy coming over with a Heathkit SB200 amplifier. Forget this, $300, $350. And it works. Supposedly, I'm waiting on him, and I'm on my old Collins 32 V2 that I've had since I was 15. I've had it in the shop for a while. I think I talked to you on it since I've had it up here. I'm around 100 watts. Same antenna, and I just put this antenna up yesterday. It's just an antenna for the shop area, for the radio shop, which is at the other end of the house from the ham shack. It's an 80-meter dipole, 60 feet, fed with 450-ohm ladder line, number 14 ladder line. And you would normally be about S9, only about S9, even at this time of night. And you're 20 to 30 over, so big difference. And I've seen that many, many times, people going from G5 RVs to full-size dipoles with, decent feed line on them. It always makes a huge difference. So congratulations on that. And now you're like coming in like everybody else, all right? And this W2JBL, and hi to Frank.
Yeah, all right, Chris. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the signal report. Take care. Collins sounded phenomenal as always. Yeah, I've talked to you on it before. Sounds great, man. We'll see you. Take care. I'm sure we'll talk to you again soon. I'll be back on a lot more. Now I got the new antenna up, and it's not so hot outside, and I'm not dead by the time I get off of work. So over to you, Pop. W2SDR, W3MMR.
Yeah, say hi to Chris, 7-3 to Toby. I'll be pulling out here. Also, you're 35 to 40 over there, Perry, so very big, strong signal over here tonight. It's good to hear it, everybody. So I'll get out of here. I'll probably watch a little bit of that football game before I turn in tonight. Not that I have to get up early tomorrow and work or anything, but Let's see what those Eagles do. Watch a different sport for a change. 7-3, W3MMR, W2JBL, W2SDR. Clear. 7-3.
All right, Pop. Take care, man. Yeah, I don't think I've ever given you a signal like that since I've been here, so I'm real happy with this antenna. It's working out great. See you guys. If you're still listening, Toby, Chris, we'll talk to you guys a little bit later. W3MMR, 73 for now.